There's only one rule on the live bait stuff. Please keep your children out of the bank tanks. These are not swimming pools. Let me get a... Wow, that's so cool. Look at that. That is freaking raw. It's like a jointed swim bait, and then it has that soft plastic tail. It looks like it's replaceable. But what kid would not want to swim with these jokers? You're going to love this video. Stay tuned. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over to Hammond's Fishing Center. I told you about it in the video before. One of the best freaking tackle shops on Lake Lanier in, like, I guess we're in North Georgia? In North Georgia. And we're gonna hang out with Tim for a bit. I don't know if Tim's gonna wanna go fishing in this, but guess who is probably going fishing? I don't know if I'm gonna get video though because of the rain, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a walkthrough of that tackle shop. I'm gonna show you some stuff that they have there. Hopefully Tim can kind of give us some insights too on some, maybe some like local baits or some local presentations that might apply kind of like in a different way to where you fish and that. We're gonna go hang out with him. Hopefully this lays down a little bit because Bog hates being wet. I hate being wet. I can't shoot video. Get on the road. Let's go see Hammond's Fishing Center. Guys, that's actually a fly, but I bet you that's something that would work on Smith Lake if you just put it on like spinning tackle. That's kind of cool. I actually try that, throwing like fly baits on spinning tackle for some of these jokers. Like, look at that. I guarantee it. Or up in some of those creeks that I'm exploring, I guarantee you that stuff will work, dude. Look at that. The first sections we always check out when we go to a new, like, you know, fishing store. I've been here like once before, way back in 2012, I think, when I first met Tim and that. We got our gambling stuff because there's a gambler-free tournament. So what I like to do before the gambler-free tournaments is I look at what's not on the pegs because that means that's what they're biting. So let's take a look here. So Weebo worm, finesse, green pumpkin is gazon. What else we got? Very few 7-inch burner worms. Obviously a hot ticket. Ooh, this is one of my favorites actually, and you don't see them much anymore. This is the Ace. It's a stick bait, but it's in that Lunker Candy, which is like a blend of green pumpkin, kind of like a pearl. It's actually a pretty badass color. So one thing that really surprises me is after going out yesterday and being able to sight fish and like looking at quite a few fish, I'm surprised like white twin tails and like sight fishing baits aren't like more off the shelves. But I guess with the weather that it's gonna be, because like white burner crow, like perfect for sight fishing, but I guess with the way the weather's gonna play out, it's gonna be a little tough to sight fish, so it's more gonna be like blind pitching to them, so you don't really need a white bait to do that. Oh yeah, classic. So I talked to you guys about Hammond's herring. This is the I always forget what it is, super stuff. It's like a fluke style bait, but it's in that Hammond's herring color, that green olivey kind of. It's a killer freaking color, dude, and it's not just for herring. Like, seriously, shad. Anywhere you have, like, greenish water and bait fish that are silver or, like, whitish, like, they get kind of a green tint in them to match the water. This is an absolutely killer color. I'm sure this will play a key. We should probably actually get some of these to go fish today because it's a perfect day to throw a fluke and just twitch because they're going to be high, suspended in the water. They should be, like, they should be up. They should be chewing. It's going to be a little tough. BB cricket. Yeah, that's kind of perfect for pitching. And as we talked about in another video, it's an awesome drop shot bait that nobody really talks about because it's kind of sneaky. Let's look at what else they got. It would not be a good video about a retailer if we did not check out their swim baits, because swim baits are fun, dude. Everybody digs swim baits. So what do we got? This is what we called them on yesterday, the Stabile Swimmer. It's actually this specific one. It's hollow greeny, and it's that size too. It's 3/4 ounce. We also have the smaller one, but that seemed to be the ticket. We actually missed like a 3-4 pounder that flashed on it yesterday up in the shallows, just reeling it. And it seemed like the faster you reel it, the better they bite it. What else we got? Bull shad. I always gotta do the bull shad. I should probably throw that out here. I don't have, that's like the herring style one. That's pretty cool. These must be like custom herring wheat sweet bait. Dude, they're 130 bucks. That's way beyond my pay grade. But they have a super soft tail. We gotta ask Tim about these. These look like they're like super custom. Look at that. That is freaking raw. It's like a jointed swim bait, and then it has that soft plastic tail. It looks like it's replaceable with a pin. That's freaking cool. Price tag's a little high though. And then these are also custom lures by Tim Farley. So these are jointed. It seems like that plastic tail is kind of a deal. They got floating ones. They got sinking ones, 5-inch. Once again, it's like something that mimics that herring. These are really cool, dude. That's a real different approach. You see it's that soft plastic tail? And I'm sure they're hand built with that jointed body that's sort of like that S-ing in the water. Like, it must like really drive them nuts. I mean, that fish that rolled on ours, like, fucking rolled on it. So that must be one of the tricks, is that S-ing in the water. Not so much the S waver, I'm sure that'll work, but these have like that tight S, you know, like you can reel them back and they're actually like snaking back to the boat. You guys know how much I love killer jerkbaits. Obviously, they have a whole selection of visions. I didn't even know, I've never seen all the color. Oh, that's bad to the bone. I gotta get that one. And then the green back. I love green back stuff. But they got the whole selection of like vision stuff. You know what we gotta ask Tim about too is like what kind of custom. Oh, I see. Okay, we'll ask Tim about custom baits. But this is one of the things Lanier is like known for. The freaking underspin, dude. Like, this is one of the deals. They got all kinds of different ones, all kinds of different weights too. I've never seen someone this big. Yeah. Local ones. We gotta ask him why the underspin works so good here, because that's one thing I kind of want to know about. I know it catches suspended fish, but I don't know why it's such a hot ticket here. Ooh. Local custom worms. Local custom worms. I'm telling you, dude, wait till you see these things. This is literally some of the best live bait storage I have ever seen in my life. Look at this. I think those are the herring. They actually have live freaking herring. Look at them jokers. We talk about fish behavior and stuff. You see how they kind of like circle in the edges, and they'll circle. There's some down there. There's some scattered, but they tend to circle. And when you actually see them on the water, I saw them on Smith Lake like 2 weeks ago. Much smaller ones, only like that big. But they were doing the same thing. They'll ball up like a ball of shad or a ball of herring. They literally ball up, dude. It is so freaking cool. Look at them. Wow, that's so cool. You see how they circle though? Like, oh, look at them. Look at them. Alright guys, we finally found Tim. This guy. He owns Hammond's Fishing Center. I met Tim way back in 2012, dude. Tim is a stick on Lanier. Actually, you know, one thing I wanted to ask you, we've been kind of talking a little bit before I turned on the camera, I'll tell you that much. But I just caught him back from his daughter's science fair, dude. So I caught him fresh running around in the rain. But Tim, what are you fishing? Like, do you fish local tournaments, or what's your deal?
I fish a lot of local tournaments, mostly local tournaments. I don't have time for BFLs. BFLs around here is our busy time at the store.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for me to put the practice in I need to do those tournaments. But I fish the Skeeter Trail and fish a lot of local tournaments.
But you're buddies with a guy that I know who's like a super stick, and is it Jason Johnson?
Oh yeah, me and Jason fished this winter. I like fishing with Jason. He kind of knows what he's doing.
He's one cool guy.
Yeah, he's easy.
I remember he went out to Okeechobee once with Val, dude. I think that was like 4 years ago or something. Six years ago. So we were on this. It's one of the first times I ever caught 30 pounds out there, and these jokers are like fishing like a grass line, and he's fishing like 15-pound fluorocarbon with an ace. And he caught, what was it, like a 9-pounder or something?
It was a big.
He caught, dude, but with fluorocarbon. He's like, yeah, this will work. And Val was like, oh, yeah, whatever, dude. And he freaking caught.
Yeah, Val was up there flipping with heavy stuff.
And he caught a freaking monster. Let's go take a look inside. I like the artificials, and we got to ask him about that swim bait.
Yeah, crickets
oh,
as well.
For do you guys have shell
I sell, yes, we have a ton of them, but I sell more crickets to people feeding their animals than people fishing.
That's a big thing.
So,
even on YouTube,
huge,
dude. That's
huge.
like a big deal.
The Pet Smarts and all those crickets are really expensive, and I've got them for pennies on the dollar.
Really?
So, yeah, I sell a ton of crickets.
So if you got an iguana, come hit up Tim. Let's ask him about the swim bait, dude.
Which one?
I'm gonna show you.
Right.
The really expensive one, dude. Yesterday I caught like a 2.5 pound. I think it was a spot. Oh, okay. Real quick. Do you guys have mean mouths?
No.
No.
We have a few. You'll see. We got like 15 different variations of spotted bass in this lake.
So that's why they look different.
Yeah, some of them look different.
Because I caught 2 of them that really look like largemouth, but they fought like spots, and they just didn't. Okay, so that explains it.
Different stuff, but most of them are just your regular spots.
Regular spots.
Yeah.
So if I go out like fishing today, the odds are is 75-25. I'm gonna catch spots versus largemouth. I would assume. Okay.
Maybe even more.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that thick. All right, so let's talk expensive stuff. What the hell are these?
My buddy Tim Little makes these. That's a fantastic swim bait. I mean, instantly, there's a lot of great swim baits out there, but this thing instantly, when it hits the water, it starts essing.
Really?
I mean, it's instant. So, but it catches them. I mean, just like a bull shad or a Farley bait will catch them. I mean, they all have their, even a sabile, they've all got their times when they're going to catch them.
Right.
And right now, when you get around herring spawn, it's tough not to be throwing a sweet baits or a Farley because that more resembles a heron.
Is that a spring thing? Like the herring? Like, is there a water temp? Is there?
Yeah. Well, typically when the bass are done spawning,
Uh-huh.
that's when the herons start spawning. It's almost verbatim everywhere you go. I mean,
Okay.
at Lake Russell, most of the bass were done spawning. There was
Okay.
a tiny heron spawn starting.
Okay.
So that's going to be the same here.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of bass here spawning. So
It's
heron-
about
heron-
to. There's a
it's
little
about to
bit,
happen.
but it's about
You're
to
looking
happen.
for more of that stable 68 to 72
Okay.
degree water temperature for the heron spawn to go.
Is it like the shad spawn where you'd prefer cloudy, nasty weather, or will those
It doesn't
jokers?
matter. It doesn't matter. It
Do they
doesn't
go
matter.
all day?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. On a slick day, you
Uh-huh.
got about an hour in the morning.
Okay.
But if it's windy, you can catch them all day on it.
High sun, everything.
Yeah, if it's windy and it's breaking that water up.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta
Spooks,
try that on
swim
Smith.
baits, jerk baits, all that stuff. I mean, you get them feeding up there, and it gets stupid.
Awesome.
We have a lot of swim baits here, and a lot of them are expensive. But man, you get the right swim bait and it catches fish. It doesn't matter how much it is.
That's really something that I've seen, like from Gunnersville, Chickamauga to here. Like, there's definitely a culture. You know, it's kind of a subculture deal, like developing around these swim baits. But the thing is, they work and they do catch bigger fish. And Lanier, I mean, let's be frank, gets a lot of pressure. You know, you're right next to Atlanta and that, and you might not catch a bunch on these jokers, but like you tend to get either that bigger follow or that bigger bass to commit, dude. And I don't know what it is, but there's something to it.
Right now, I mean, here for the past couple of weeks, the mag drafts have been doing really well as well.
Which ones are these jokers?
Skipping them under docks and stuff like that.
So that's a wrap on Hammonds. We are going to go out and rig out the boat. It's still freaking pouring balls, and as you guys know, it's really hard to shoot video when it's raining like that. But it actually lightened up a little bit, so maybe we'll be able to get out the cameras. But we're gonna rig up the boat. Tim's gonna take us out fishing for a little bit, maybe do a little shaky heading, do a little swim bait fishing, and just try to catch some spotted bass, dude. Maybe we can catch another like sight fish like yesterday. Let me get this thing rigged out. Let me get wet. Let me take the dog out. Let's go fishing, guys.